Welcome to Love in Life, a guide to a positive mindset. My aim is to show you that the key to a happier and more positive mind is to love the life you have. We will look at tips and tools you can use to improve your mindset, and the best thing is, we'll all be on this journey together. Welcome back to Love in Life, a guide to a positive mindset, where I am in the midst of a self-development and spiritual journey, and I just like to share things that I'm learning as I'm going along. Welcome to part 2 of my chakra series, and the second chakra is the sacral chakra. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. So I'm going to go through what it is, why it becomes blocked, what are the signs it's blocked, so the physical signs and the emotional signs, and then we'll have a look at ways that we can unblock it. But please stay tuned to the end because I'm going to be sharing a giveaway with you. So please make sure you stay tuned for that. So what is the sacral chakra? The sacral is the second of the chakras. So the first one, which we covered last time, is the root chakra. So this is the second one up. And the sacral lies about 2 or 3 inches below your belly button or your navel. So it's located in the lower abdomen area, but it expands to the pelvic area. It's the energy center that's linked to our emotions, our creativity, our pleasure, our passions, and our relationships. The color that represents the sacral chakra is orange. So, when you see all the chakras lined up, you've got the red one, which is the root, and then the orange one, which is the sacral. And the element that represents the sacral chakra is the water element. So this is all about flow. This is all about moving freely. It's highly linked to our sexual energy, obviously, particularly because of where it's located. It kind of rules our sexual energy and our sexual desire, but not just our sexual desire. It rules all of our desires and passions, and basically anything that you enjoy doing, anything that you want from life. By focusing on the sacral chakra, we can explore our relationship with not just ourselves, but our relationship with others and with the world around us. It also helps us discover our passions and generally be a bit more creative with them. Exploring this chakra also means that we're able to express our wants and needs and our desires without shame or without guilt. So obviously the emotions that are attached to the sacral chakra, the positive emotions are all those around pleasure and creativity. And the negative emotions that it's linked to are insecurity, low self-esteem, jealousy, and loneliness. So how does it become blocked? As with any of the chakras, if we are particularly stressed or if we have an illness or an emotional upset, this can cause an imbalance in the chakras. And especially because this one is so highly linked to our emotions, emotions in particular can cause a blockage in the sacral chakra. Because it's so highly linked to creativity and pleasure, if you don't spend enough time discovering and exploring your creativity or to enjoy your passions, this can also cause it to become blocked. Traumatic experiences such as emotional abuse, sexual trauma, if you've experienced body shame, if you've been in a toxic relationship, or if you've had a particularly strict or authoritarian upbringing. Any of these traumas, and don't forget, trauma is anything that creates a negative emotional response. So, any of these traumas, if you've ever felt any negative emotions to any of those things that I mentioned, then because they're so highly linked to the sacral area, this can cause it to become blocked. So, what are the signs that is blocked? Now, as you can imagine, because of the location of this chakra, so don't forget, I said it's in the lower abdomen area. So, anything in that region, any physical signs or any pains that you experience could be a sign that your sacral energy is blocked or isn't flowing freely, I should say. So, if you either now or in the past have suffered reproductive issues, polycystic ovaries, impotence, painful sex, so anything to do with sexual complications, any pain in your lower back, any kidney or bladder issues, any urine infections, constipation. These are all a physical sign that your sacral energy is blocked. And also constant fatigue. So if you feel like you've got no energy for anything, like this is often a sign that our passions and our desires aren't being met. So if you're feeling a lack of desire and just no energy, lethargic, this is a physical sign. So the emotional signs that there's an imbalance in your sacral energy. Again, given the location of the sacral chakra, the lower abdomen and the areas around it, anything to do with sexual energy. So if your sacral energy is underactive, then you'll notice a lack of sexual desire, a low libido, just a general lack of sexual interest. But then if your sacral energy is overactive, then you might experience it the opposite. So you might find that you're overindulging in these areas. Obviously, what we want is a healthy alignment, so a healthy interest in these areas. So not excessively one way or the other. So a difficulty in expressing emotions and your needs and expressing your creativity could also be a sign that this energy is out of alignment. Codependency is an emotional signal that there's a misalignment in this energy. So what I mean by codependency is if you are experiencing an excessive emotional reliance in a relationship. So that can be in a friendship, with a family member, with a partner. If you rely on that person for emotional stability, because we are all responsible for our own emotions. But if you find you're relying on somebody else, this is a sign of codependency. Also, if you crave somebody showing you their reliance on you emotionally, this is also codependency. So any of these are a signal that your sacral chakra is misaligned, is not flowing freely. If you find you're being ruled by your emotions, or the opposite of this, which is being numb to any of your emotions, if you don't feel your emotions, if you notice you are insecure, if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling rigid in your routine or stuck, if you notice an extreme lack of self-confidence, self-esteem, self-worth, and this is often a sign as well. And this can also lead to unhealthy relationships. Because don't forget, this is the center of relationships, whether that's to you or to somebody else. And then finally, addictions are also a sign of an imbalance in your sacral energy. If you notice you're addicted to anything, or if you have gluttonous behavior towards something, that can be anything that you feel the need to overindulge in. So whether that's food, sex, smoking, drugs, gaming, anything that you find you're addicted to and you get an excessive amount of pleasure from. But what would it look like if our sacral chakra was balanced and open? You would have good energy levels and a desire to move. So whether that's physically moving or moving forward generally, you'd have a healthy sexual desire. So heightened, but not in a place of excessive or overindulgence. Do you know what I mean? You'd have an overall sense of peace and calm. You'd be able to fully express your creativity. You would feel emotionally balanced. So, not excessively, you feel your emotions, not excessively one way or another, like constantly feeling emotions or never feeling emotions. You would have a good balance. You would have the ability to experience pleasure and whatever pleasure means to you. You'd have a healthy body confidence and the ability to set and maintain healthy boundaries. So that is what we want to feel like. That is the end goal of unblocking our sacral chakra. And don't forget, we need all of our chakras to be flowing nicely, for them all to be, even for individual ones to be flowing nicely. So how do we go about unblocking them? So as with all the chakras, the sacral chakra is linked to a color. And as I mentioned earlier, that color is orange. If you feel drawn to, you can use color therapy to help you feel more aligned in this area. And when I say color therapy, I mean using the color orange to influence your emotions, to influence your mood. So you can wear orange clothing. You can make sure you've got orange objects around the house. You can decorate rooms or, a part of a room with orange, or you can just simply make sure that you've got like an orange cushion or orange curtains or orange bedding, orange towels in the bathroom. Just have little bits of orange around the house if you feel that you need to work on this area. So orange can be any of the orange tones. So like peachy, apricot, terracotta tones, obviously anything with an orange shade. There are certain foods that we can eat that can help us balance this chakra. And those foods would be obviously mainly orange ones. So sweet potato, carrots, butternut squash, pumpkin. What else have I got written down? Ginger, oranges, obviously. And then you've got like healthy fats, such as like nuts and seeds. So pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, poppy seeds, sesame seeds, and sunflower seeds are particularly good for this area. As with all the chakras, essential oils are effective at helping us become aligned with the energy related to each chakra. So for the sacral, the essential oils that are particularly helpful are ginger oil. So ginger is good for releasing suppressed sexual energy. So any sexual emotions that you've suppressed in the past, obviously these emotions are stored in the body and ginger oil is particularly effective at bringing those emotions out. Orange oil. This helps improve focus and it helps bring back our creative vision when we feel a little bit lost in this area. And then finally, bergamot is good for making you feel calm when you feel overwhelmed or when you feel emotionally vulnerable. There are specific yoga poses that are good for encouraging the flow of energy in the sacral area. And these usually involve hip opening exercises. So anything like the wide-legged forward fold, the bridge pose, the camel pose, pigeon pose, and the goddess pose. Affirmations you could use to help you feel more aligned in your sacral energy. Anything that focuses on feelings and emotions. So things, affirmations such as, I allow myself to feel my emotions. My emotions are balanced and in harmony. I always feel calm and peaceful. I express my emotions. But also focus on passions, on sexuality, on boundaries and creativity with your affirmations. So I am comfortable in my body. I create healthy boundaries and attract nurturing relationships. I embrace my inner passion. I'm open to experiencing pleasure and joy. My sexual energy is a source of power and health. And finally, I am worthy of love, joy, and pleasure. So, music and sound therapy, a particularly effective frequency for the sacral chakra, is 417 hertz, and this is one of the solfeggio frequencies. This is said to help with creative visualization. It helps clear out negative energies and it aids trauma healing. So search for some 417 hertz music meditation. You can do this on YouTube. You can do this on Spotify or wherever you get your music. Search for music with that frequency and just have it on in the background. Have it on as meditation music, as bedtime music. So not only is this going to make you feel calm, it's also going to help actually clear out negative energy. So the next thing we can do to help encourage a healthy flow of energy in this area is by moving. So because this chakra is so linked to our emotions, and obviously trapped emotions are stored in the body, suppressed emotions are stored in the body. So purging our emotions. So we can do this by screaming, by shouting, by jumping up and down, by laughing, by crying, by shaking, like anything that shakes that energy out, that stored energy, jumping around, anything that releases energy. Dancing, and in particular, belly dancing, because of the location of it, obviously, belly dancing is particularly effective, apparently. The next thing we can try is exploring our creativity. Obviously, this chakra is so closely linked to our creativity and our passions. So get in touch with your creative side, paint, draw, try photography, try cooking, anything where you make something, crafting, so jewelry making, knitting, candle making, baking, writing, journaling our emotions. This is like such a good thing to do. And I did actually do an episode on creativity I can't remember what number it is, but it's like way back at the beginning, like, I don't know, I'm going to guess like number 14 or something like that. It might not be that, but that's just a guess. Crystals, as always, we have to look at what crystals can help us clear out the energy in this area. So the obvious ones are going to be orange ones. So carnelian. Carnelian is great for boosting creativity, but it's also great for bringing out sexual energy. Orange calcite, great for emotional balance, great for creativity, great for libido. Jasper. Jasper opens up a flow of creative ideas and it helps you bring your dreams into reality. So anything that you've visualized, anything that you want to create and you can imagine it in your head, having Jasper nearby is going to help you actually create that. Anything you want to manifest, if you visualize something, if you've got a vision board, Jasper, this is going to help you bring it to fruition. Moonstone. Moonstone has a really soothing effect. So, and with relation to the sacral chakra, Moonstone is great for balancing female hormones. So you can see why this would be great for the sacral chakra. It's great for PMT and it's great for menopause. Because the sacral chakra is linked to the water element, one of the great things we can do to try and open up the energy in this area is water therapy. So swimming, taking a bath. If you want to take a bath with essential oils, and this is something I've really taken to recently, have a look at goddess baths. So a goddess bath is basically bathing with essential oils, with crystals, with like flower petals. This is great for feminine energy. So other water therapies, spend time near rivers, near lakes, near the ocean. Breathe, like paddle in the water, stand in the water and breathe into the rhythm of the waves. And as you're doing this, visualize the chakra opening. Talking of visualizing the chakra opening, meditation and visualization are amazing for opening up any of the chakras. So if we can find a calm place, and you can do this with any of the chakras, you can do this all together, or you can focus on one if you feel that one is particularly out of alignment. So let's say the sacral chakra, because that's obviously what we're focusing on today. Close your eyes and focus your attention on this area. So 2 centimeters underneath your belly button. Focus on the energy. You can imagine a white light. You can imagine orange. You can imagine it getting brighter and brighter and brighter as this energy is moving around freer and freer. And then finally, finally for what I've got written down anyway, I'm sure there's many, many other ways that you can open the chakra, but the final one that I've got written down today is healing and therapy. Now, because this one is so linked to our emotions, it would be really useful to focus on our emotional triggers. So, for example, what makes you angry? What makes you sad? What makes you, if there's anything, any regular emotions that you feel, what triggers that? And do some journaling around this. But obviously, the sacral chakra is also highly linked to our sexual energy as well. So, a particular focus on our sexual blockages. So, what beliefs and ideals and prejudices, I can never say that word, were you taught as a child? And how does this show up in your sexual relationship with yourself, with others? How does this show up in your relationship with sex now? And just do some journaling around this. And the same with addictions as well. Look back and question, when did this addiction start? Like, what was going on in your life? Where were you in your life when this addiction started? What do you feel this addiction brings you? And importantly, what do you feel it replaces in your life? So, as we come to the end of the session, I just want to remind you, if you want to focus on any of those emotional traumas, those emotional triggers, um, I'm still offering the discounted one-to-one sessions with me for the duration of this chakra focus series that I'm doing. I'm also going to give away a session to somebody. So my giveaway is for everybody that leaves a review for me. So on Apple, I think that's the only way that you can do a written review. Do that on Apple, or you can simply email me your review at lisa@lisadabbage.co.uk. But for anyone who leaves me a review, sends me a review, you'll get entered into a giveaway. And at the end of the chakra series, I'm going to give away a free one-to-one session for one person. So in order to be in that giveaway, you need to leave me a review. So obviously there are 7 chakras. We've done 2. You've got another 5 weeks to leave me a review. Don't forget to come over and follow me on Instagram or join my Facebook group to see how we're all using this work to unblock our chakras. I'd love it if we could all share ideas with each other and share our experiences and our outcomes by the things that we're trying. So please come and join me and share your experience. As always, I just want to thank you so, so much for joining me. Please share this with anybody you think will enjoy listening to it. And I'll see you next time for the solar plexus. Bye.